Welcome to Endurance, Noise, and Random Musings. I'm your host, Andy Noise. It is Sunday, April 11, 2021. It's my oldest son's 29th birthday, actually. On to some Beyond Limits running 72-hour results. The race has now ended. Ed kept the lead, and he ended up getting 112 laps, 224 miles. Just got done talking to him, and he was very excited to get that win. Dennis Williams, 30 from Sierra Madre, did 105 laps, 210 miles for second male, and Stephanie Barnes, 39 from Evergreen, Colorado, jumped up from the 100-mile distance and did a 72 for her very first race, and congratulations to her to get to 202 miles. Definitely an achievement, and she said she learned quite a lot. We were all on Clubhouse, Jester and Stephanie and a few other people talking about their race, and we'll probably be on there in the future. Scott Thompson rallied and ended up getting 202 himself, 43 through Indio. Done many, many races with Scott and hung out at Denny's at all hours before and during races as well. My New England 29-year-old, don't usually see such young people in races. She got 95 laps, which would be 190 miles, and right behind her was Katja Corbett from Bishop, California with 93 laps, 186 miles. So congratulations to all of them. The third guy was Hervé Leconte, and he got 92 laps, 184 miles. And it was great. Ed spent a lot of time with him. And when we were on Clubhouse, we were talking to a young man who has a trail running magazine out of Quebec, and they cover Quebec trail running and France. And so it was very entertaining to have Hervé and him talking trail running when we were live in the middle of the night. So that was interesting. My buddy Abby Hendricks, who I've done many 6 days with, she did 77 laps, 154 miles. And congratulations to her. She always and truly does. She's a busy lawyer, and she shows up these events and just wings it and does, she's done 300 miles in 6 days and, 154 miles in 72 hours. So that's pretty cool. Buddy Bob Davison, 73-year-old, who's training for the Dome. He did 100 miles back in 1982 and is still cranking out hundreds. He got 54 miles for 108 miles, 12th place overall. And, that's kind of a list that goes on here with various things. Wanted to kind of do a little diving into Ed's performances. Throughout the day, the first day he was just basically cranking out, 25 to 30-minute laps. That's 2-mile loops. So he was doing 10, 15-minute miles for most of the time. He didn't really take a break all the way, and I'm still scrolling, and 108 miles. And basically, he's just on that kind of pace with very little change. And wow, I'm really going along here. Oh, here's where his first real break was lap 78 at 154 miles. He took a 3.5-hour lap. So he was really cranking along for quite some time. And then once he got the lead, he was just maintaining the lead. 182 miles, he had an hour and a half off. And just keep rolling down here. And then at 204, he took an hour and a half off. And then he stopped with about an hour on the clock, but he had the win. And I kept telling him, hey, wait up. Last night he was getting pretty weary. And I told him, hey, wait for Susan, who's in the 48, who won the 48. And I'll be talking about that later. And so he hung with her. And then I said, you know what? Just go for the win. You've got a lot of races going. And 224 is a great distance for him. And then, of course, Stephanie Barnes with her at 202. A lot of people think, I can run 100 miles in 20 hours or under 24. 200 miles should be easy. The math looks simple, and on paper it is. But when you get out there and you start moving, the sleep deprivation and all those things come in play. So to get 200 miles in 72 hours is not as easy as it seems. Been a lot of multi-day races, a lot of 6-day races, and seen a lot of really good 100-mile runners not quite get there. So it was really good to follow her. And that is for the 72-hour race, which is done. And they usually do a good job about promoting the upcoming race and give really good discounts for it. And I will probably do a video on that. So as always, stay healthy, be boring.